2020. Let's talk about what we're going to do to make 2021 so much better than 2020, because let's be honest, our own happiness is our own choice, right?
That's right.
So how we want our life to be, we have to make those choices. So we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions.
Are they stupid or useful? And don't forget to click like and subscribe. We want you to stay with us in the new year. So
I know. All right, because we've got some awesome things planned for the new year, and we hope you guys get some awesome ideas to share with us so that we can keep this going twice a week. It's a lot to do. Help us out.
if you love these faces,
Right.
you need to click like and subscribe.
Right.
Okay, so I have never successfully done a New Year's resolution. How about you? I feel like confession time here.
Never that I just stopped making them.
Exactly, like it's overwhelming. I feel like every year you hear the goals talks and it's all the people talking about the things they're gonna do, and don't worry, all those healthy food things and workout clothes are on sale in January. They're there for you.
True, like more commercials for weight loss programs are on the radio.
Yes, all the tennis shoes, good price, okay?
Right? Like if you just need new tinnies, go get a pair. But seriously, like never have I ever finished a New Year's resolution. Never have I ever even carried one into February.
No, it's so hard.
I feel like we set our expectations way too high for New Year's resolutions, and we make this unreachable goal that you know when you set it that you actually can't reach that because everybody wants to be awesome and I'm going to do this year and seriously, it just makes you feel this big because you don't actually do it.
Pretty much, that's why I stopped, because I can only take so much beating up, okay?
Right.
So that is not on the list.
There's plenty of mom failures that I have in my life, let alone my own personal goals to add to it.
Yeah, so I know I need to improve, but here's a big pile of things in January that I'm going to suck up and not even make it to the end of January. So,
I know.
I'm not committed. Have you successfully done a New Year's resolution?
Yes, tell us if you're awesome.
Yes, go ahead, tell us about it, and tell us like why or how you were successful with it, because people like me, maybe Tiffany, where we get discouraged and we stop going for it and we're like, oh, well, I already screwed that up. Right. And then it dies. So, I don't know. We need these baby things, little steps instead of such big goals. I've also seen several friends over the years posting on their little social media, and they end up picking like a word for the year. And I was like, interesting. And so often those friends would even update throughout the year about things that stood out to them this year about that, a way that they didn't realize they would evaluate this thing and how it's really affected them perspective-wise. And I was like, I like it. Simple. I can do simple.
Yeah.
I can do something that's really focused into one thing.
Lazy, simple people. So we did. We loved this idea. We bounced it back and forth, and we talked about words. And I was even like, I don't know. I'm a little spastic. So I don't know if I could do one word for the entire year.
It's a commitment. Like,
right. I feel like I'd get bored.
12 months on your one word. Like that, I think that's where it's a little overwhelming. Like, okay, I think I could give it like 6 months of dedication on this word. But
right, and I'm even like one a month because I want to like research the word, learn about the word, and I just feel like it become repetitive for me because of my personality. So we want to talk about words that we can use, and I may choose one like every 2 months, or just when I start to feel that it's become repetitive, maybe one word will last longer than the other word. But so we want to talk about positive, uplifting words that will self-improve.
Yes.
So that 2021 can be better, be a uplifting year.
Uplifting. No matter what's happening around us, we are in charge of how we feel and how we respond. And so these words are going to give our person an internal perspective to help make it through life and its challenges and whatever happens, because truly every year should be amazing. I can look back at 2020 and see amazing blessings that I received through the hard things that happened. So
we lost weight.
That
was one thing that Sharla and I did do together this year while in quarantine was we're going to learn what our bodies, like everything slowed down, that we had enough time to do a self-evaluation of how do we feel physically, how do we feel mentally, what can we do to get control of that since everything else got wiped away on our boards that we had to do. So we took advantage of that to figure out how to make us a better us.
Yes.
So now we're ready to dive in a little bit more emotionally and spiritually, and not just physically.
Right, because physical is an outward expression of sometimes what's going on inside of us. And so to keep our bodies and ourselves in a good place, we feel definitely we need to internalize a lot of these new things. So however you need to change perspective for you, maybe these will give you some new ideas or perspectives, and we'll see how useful we can make these in our each month life as we go into 2021 and give us something to really keep us in a good perspective and a good mindset and uplift those around us too. That it's not just selfish because we want to lift those around us. We want to lift our kids, our families, our friends, and be a good example of making it through difficult or different or whatever circumstances you're in.
Right? Even when we did the gratitude post and like we did things about our children for gratitude, and doing something that was towards somebody else definitely helped me learn more about myself too. So, you ready to dive into our words that we have?
All right, let's share some words with you.
All right. Are you going to write, Ison? Because you do that
I'm
better.
going to write.
Charlotte's got the pretty handwriting. She did the cute board for us. So, our first word is hope.
We're just going to put that nice and big in the middle here.
Right? So, hope. That's something that I think we all need to...
We need more hope.
We just need more hope. Hope comes before faith. Right? And faith precedes hope. So hope and then faith is our next word, because who knows what's going to happen in 2021.
Right?
Like seriously, no matter what side of anything that you're on and what's going on with the pandemic, with politics, with religion, with anything, if you lose hope and you lose faith, what do you have? So faith and hope are our two big ones. I don't know if I want to just say that, because I think all of these were super important. Like we kept finding more words.
We definitely found more words. I feel like if you base your future on a core that's uplifting and strengthening to you, then that's going to give you that dedication and motivation to keep going, because you need to be able to uplift yourself. And these words are uplifting.
Right.
Life is hard and we're going to have challenges, but these help us through this hard time. So these other ones build off of this, but they're their own things too. They're also really uplifting and helpful.
So our next word is simplicity.
It's my favorite.
We say that, but we do not have simple things going on in our lives. There's a lot going on. And so sometimes, like, not too long ago, like, I had to be like, I have to start saying no to people. I can't put too much on my plate. I have to simplify my life because I feel like I'm being torn in 20 different directions. I just had this conversation with my daughter, even to be like, you have to learn your boundaries and you have to learn how to simplify your life enough that you still feel like you're functioning and you're doing everything. I'm not telling you to be lazy and sit on the couch.
No.
But know your boundaries and know when to simplify things so that you don't feel like you're a crazy person. Because I hate feeling like crazy mommy. I do not like being crazy mommy. So, simplicity. All right, our next one is prayer. If you're religious, not religious, you can substitute that for meditation if you wanted to. But definitely prayer. Taking the time to slow down and think of a higher being, and just know that there's somebody there to listen to you.
And I feel like sometimes by turning to the help that can be there for us, then we can be prompted in different ways. And sharing even just our struggles in that way can lift a burden. And so I know when I pray, sometimes I'll just pray in the car while I'm driving and talk out loud if I'm alone. I'm like, okay, I gotta work this out. These are the things that I'm working on and I need your help. And so it's just nice to turn that over to somebody else and let that burden feel lighter.
Right? So, prayer. And then our next one is going back to gratitude. We really enjoyed what we did for Thanksgiving, and we really felt a difference for it. And with 2021 coming in, we thought that it would be a great idea to throw out some more gratitude, to remember the things that are positive and grateful in our lives and in the lives around other people, and to give that focus on being grateful for what we do have.
Right. It's an actual lifts your emotional being to have gratitude instead of looking at your negative things. Of course, there's hard things in our lives, but if that's what we're focused on, then that's how we feel. So we do need to see the positives in the hard times.
Yes, because who wants to focus on the negative all the time? It's exhausting. It's more exhausting than being grateful. It really is. All right, so then our next one is just being happy. Happiness, joy. Well, I'm not sure which one you want to write on there.
Oh, Maybe joy.
Okay, it's shorter. So being happy. Happiness is a choice in our life. That's like my husband's huge thing. Always talks about like you choose. You choose how you respond to other people's things. You choose. Even if you're having a crappy day, you can choose. There's lots of stories out there of people who choose to be happy. And that is hard. So like that will be one that I will have to like do this year. Because that is something that's hard to choose to be happy when so much is going on. And my family, like we struggle with depression and things like that. But to make that choice to get out of bed, to put a smile on your face and be like, I'm going to be happy today. Things are going to happen, but I'm going to make that choice.
I feel like once you understand that it's a choice, and I feel like we all have to go through that learning process of realizing I have to choose this, then it gives you back some power over your situation. To realize I'm in control of my emotions. I do not have to let this ruin my life. I can find good things. Now, it may be one of these other things that helps lift you up that you need to find joy and be happy during hard times. But if we're looking for joy, we'll find it.
Right. So right after joy, let's go down to being calm. We laugh at that one because that means like no mom freakouts. To slow down, evaluate the situation, and come at something in a calm manner, not overreact. As stresses of life come out, I've been a lot of overreacting lately. I apologize to my family. So this is something that I want to like find that calmness again, because our attitudes really do affect everybody around us.
Exactly. If I want my kids to be calm and I'm gonna yell at them for a while, I can tell you right now, no one's calm.
Right. So, or even like coworkers. If you go into work and you're freaking out at everything, everybody around you is on edge and you don't have a calm atmosphere and it's not as productive. So being calm. Honesty, which that might be weird to some people to think about that, but we've been talking a little bit about this more of what honesty really means. And I also think being honest is also letting people in and sharing your feelings about a situation or about yourself or about them and things like that. Like, there's more to honesty than just being like, well, I didn't lie to you. Oh my gosh. I'm like, flick my kid, but I'm not going to do that because I'm going to be calm.
Which is why it's one a month or one a season or whatever you need to do, because we can learn from all of these. And truly honesty and evaluating that to see, was that truly being honest? Was I trying to be forthcoming? Am I sharing what I need to share? It's a different one. And I'm like, oh, I should take some time with that.
Right. Well, even just being honest when somebody that's close to me that loves me and asks me how I'm doing.
Yes.
Like, I can say,
like,
fine.
I'm good.
I'm
fine.
good. No, like, if that's somebody, like, they're honestly telling me that, maybe they felt prompted to ask me that and I need to share a little bit. So maybe I need to take a moment and be like, okay, am I ready to share this? And if not, who am I ready to share it with? Because if I'm not okay, being honest and sharing that information is important, I think. All right. Motivation is the opposite of what, Sharla?
Procrastination, because I'm pro at procrastinating.
Yeah, so is my husband and my children and me sometimes. Like, so motivation. Get things done in a timely manner. Be organized. Do those things and like set yourself up and learn how to be motivated. I think it's a talent. Like a natural born talent to be motivated.
Right. Some people really come with that drive and desire to work, and some, or not even just work, but accomplish the things they need to do.
To start and finish.
I need more of that in my life. Desire is a word that I feel goes really well with motivation, and so I need some desires and push me into my motivation. So definitely a word for pondering on.
Right, a word that you need to find inside yourself and figure out what motivates you and what can you do. And I used to do a reward system when all my kids were at home to be like, okay, if I got this and this and this done, then we all went down for a nap, then I got to eat a bag of gummy bears and watch a TV show when they took a nap. Like, I had to give myself rewards to motivate myself. Now I need to find different rewards, but I think it's important that we motivate ourselves. Helpful. So we were really trying to do like internal things that was just for us, but we really do feel that being aware of people around us and being willing to be helpful and available was important.
And I feel like sometimes this needs to also, if we turn it back into a mindset thing, we're turning this inward. Am I a helpful person? Am I aware of those around me? Am I seeing how to go lift others when they're having a hard time? Instead of like, how much acts of service can I go do? It's just a mindset too.
Not a checklist.
Yeah, and so yes, it can be a very physical representation of being helpful, but it's a mindset, and I thought that was really appropriate because it can be one that's easy to also help affect our mood and our motivation and all these things that often end up working together. But I liked that word.
Ponder and self-evaluation.
We're just gonna write ponder.
Yep, so ponder.
I think if we're pondering, we're gonna find the areas that we can improve. If we don't sit back like that meditation, that time to self-reflect, then we're not gonna be able to see the areas of growth. This one could be along with your prayer one, where you can also be reaching out for more help that way. But pondering helps us step back. It helps us stay calm. It helps us evaluate in a different way than just reacting. So there's definitely a point of pondering that has a different perspective for me to help me make better decisions as I move forward in different choices.
I know, I'm like, maybe in January, like my first month will be pray and ponder together, and then I can figure out what I want to do the next month, or
help motivate,
you know. And I kind of feel like as things change in my life, I don't want to be afraid to be like, oh, I was going to do gratitude this month, but this is going on, so I think I need to do motivation instead because it's a busy month or something. I don't know. So, and then our last one.
All right, what's our last one?
Our last one is grace.
Ooh, yay. I have the perfect spot for that.
Yes, you do. You might think that that's a weird word.
I think a lot of people think it's a great word. I know lots of people who love the word grace.
There we go.
And I feel that sometimes we don't always understand the word grace.
True.
So that's something maybe in the pondering for that month or that year to help you really understand what is grace and how can we gain more grace.
Right? So my goal is to also do research and look up these words, and maybe if you're a religious person, turn to the scriptures, because that's where I'm going to turn to. Google the word, look it up in a dictionary, figure out how to implement it. So if you're like, what is grace? I would first tell you to go look it up in the Bible and look at Christ, because he's, I think, our best example of grace.
Yes.
And the grace of God, that's a very well used phrase. And if I'm trying to be a good person, who else is the best person but God? So if I have a little bit more grace, that's probably a better thing in my life. These are our words. And we would challenge you to set a New Year's resolution that is actually attainable in 2021.
Yes, really accomplish something. Let it be small, because then you know you can build on that and go to something new. And really, like, if I take just one of these things and I can go for a while with it, and then I'm like, oh, I'm done, I have nothing else. It gives me somewhere else to jump to, that I'm not failing. Because truly, we only fail when we stop trying. Getting up, keep working at things, overcoming the challenges that are there before us, even if it's one step forward, 2 steps back. I know that, like, eating healthy it's not always an easy choice. Or whatever it is that you're struggling with, we have to continue to overcome and make these choices in our lives. And hopefully this can help motivate you to find something that you want to focus on. And maybe you have a great word that you've thought of. Go ahead and let us know what it is, because by all means, there's so much more out there than what we thought of. So.
I know, we were finally like, we have to stop. We have one a month and then an extra.
And then more extra.
Right, so let us know what words you have. Like, subscribe, share with us. Let us know if you want to see our follow-ups as we are doing our New Year's resolutions. If you want to know which ones we've done each month, and maybe we could do videos on that each month to be like, hey, this is what we worked on, this is what we learned. So please let us know so we know what you guys want to keep seeing.
Yay. All right, so happy 2021. We are ready for a new year, ready for some new challenges to improve and grow and be better.
Right, woohoo, New Year!
Yes!